record.
ماشي.
Temperature can be measured in degrees Celsius. فاحنا هنقول the first thing we have to enter 25 instead of C. So it will follow the same function machine starting from here. Okay. The first thing we had to multiply 25 by 1.8. Then add 32. So 25 multiplied by 1.8 equal what? You have to use your calculator. Equal 45. Then plus 32 equals 77, right?
uh, 25.
Have you finished this part?
خلاص.
Then he asked me to complete the inverse function. How I complete the inverse function? Inverse function, as we said
25
before.
minus 32.
Very good. But without saying anything about 25. 25 is random numbers. That's as I assumed to calculate it. But for this case, I have to deal with Fahrenheit and Celsius as a variable. So for this first part, it will be minus 32. Then divide by 1.8. Do you understand this?
1.8.
As long as I'm starting from the
Yes.
end. So every operation I have to meet, I have to put the inverse operation. Okay? Do you understand this part?
Okay.
Okay. So this is for number one. Now for number two, he asked me that work out 14 power 2 plus 29 over 3 multiplied by 2 power 2 minus 7. You have two options. You can use your calculator, or otherwise you can deal individual. In numerators and denominators, I will deal with numerators. I have two operation, and عندي operation of addition and the operation of exponent, right? ايه first operation I have to deal with?
Indices.
Very good. So it will be 14 power 2 equal 196, right? This is all plus 29. Right? Now I have to add them together. It will be equal 225. For denominator, I have three operations. The first one, multiplication, indices, and subtraction. Which operation I have to start with first? Absolutely, it will be
2 to the power of 2.
2 to the power of 2. Very good. Because we know before that PEMDAS, if you can remember about this. Okay. Now 3 multiplied by 2 to the power of 2, it will be 3 multiplied by 4 minus 7. 12 minus 7 equal 5.
5.
225 divided by 5 equal 45. So the final answer, it will be 45. Okay. Do you understand this part?
Yes.
Okay. Now, after we finish this part, we will go to the question number 3. In question number 3, he asks you that teacher keeps record of how many times Mike arrived late to school. هو كان التيتشر حاطط المايك في دماغه تقريبا. أسبق السيشنز بقى بالclasses and start observing Mike. It's like Mike, the end of the world, man. I'm watching your Mike. تمام؟ عارف انت المدرس يحطك في دماغه كابوس. اوكي. ها انت وراكش غير يا عم، في ايه يا مايك؟ انت لو شلت الفيتا مش هتطلع صوت. اوكي. فبيقول لي use the result estimate the probability. ايه؟
هو لما بتفتح القلم بينزل لك مستر مش عارف ايه.
ما تفتح القلم؟
مرة فتحت القلم كده غطى القلم كده، اللي هو بيعمل صوت تك كده، فاهم يعني،
مم.
فزلني فيه.
القلم ولا مستر؟
لا المستر مش القلم. الصوت التك الصغير ده.
اتضايق منه بقى.
مم. ما علينا.
ما علينا، خلينا ننسى. Use the result to estimate the probability that Mike arrived late to school. Arrived late to school. How he arrived late to school. Probability drawing around your answer. As we can see that the total number which Mike recorded to arrive at the school, I have to count all of this. So I have first to count all of this. It will be each part of this is considered as 5. I have 4 parts, so it will be 20 times as total, okay? This is as total, 20 times. How many he arrived late, so I mean this part. How many he arrived late? It's mean 15. 15 out of what? Out of 20, right? As long as this number I can simplify it, so I can divide it up and down by 5, so it will be 3 over 4. So the answer is 3 over 4. Do you understand?
Yes.
Now the population of a city, and he gave me a population of city, round the population to the nearest thousand. This is why I'm choosing this exam, because there is some rounding and a significant figure to review what we studied before. Population of city is 248,675. Round the population to the nearest thousand. Where is thousand here?
8.
Very good. So I will stand here, make this line. Now this 6 is strong or weak?
Strong.
So 8 will be 9. So it will be 249,000. Okay. Now
Yes.
the city cover an area of 52.747 square kilometer. Round the area to one decimal place. One decimal place, it will be what?
53.
One decimal place.
53.
No. One decimal place, it's mean number 7. This
50.
is decimal place.
52.700.
Very good. So it will be
52.7.
52.7. Don't write any 00 because he asked one decimal place only. Nothing more. You cannot write 00. Just 52.7. Okay?
Okay.
Now here for number 5. He asks you the diagram shape shown on the grid. So I need to reflect the shape in the mirror. How I can reflect this shape in the mirror? We have 2 options. The first one, we have to use tracing paper. After using tracing paper, I will reflect it to the other side. يعني بعد ما نرسم tracing paper هنا هنقوم جايين عاملين folded لللاين من عند اللاين دوت بحيث يجي لي الريفليكشن هنا. طيب لو انا مش عايز استخدم كده فبستخدم I have to use the diagonal shape. What the meaning of diagonal? This is point. I will reflect each point individual. This point, okay, and this point, this point, this point. Reflect each point like this. How I can reflect it? I have to use diagonal. As we can see here, I will use diagonal by using this line. This is away from the reflection point by 1 diagonal. So I will go also 1 diagonal. Here it's 1.5. So I will go half and 1. Here it's only half. So it will be only half for this part. This is 1.5. So 1.5 also. The last one is 3. So I will go from this part by 3. Now I will determine the new 3 point. This is the first one, the second, third, fourth, and the fifth one. Then I will match between all of them. Will be in this form.
احنا بنرسم 3D شيب، مش فاهم.
لا 3D shape ليه؟
انا مش فاهم
انا كده اهو
السؤال عايز مني.
عملت زي reflection للشيب. Then I can
اه
erase all this point. بعد كده نرجع تاني. I can erase all the point, this point exactly. فهمت الفكرة؟ بس.
اه
It will be like
احنا
this.
يعني بنقلبه يعني.
أيوة بس بنمشي في اللاين، بنمشي diagonal.
اه
فهمتها كده؟
طب لو كانت horizontal.
لا هنمشي بقى vertical.
اه برضه. طب لو كانت ولا واحدة من الاتنين يعني، انت فاهم.
لا هي
فيها
بتيجي التلاتة
ستيل.
دول بس. تيجي التلاتة دول بس، لا إما horizontal لا إما vertical لا إما diagonal اللي هو diagonal ده. Number 6. We're drawing around the equation of the line. What this equation represent? What this equation represent? Make it smaller. What this equation represent? So as we studied before, this is line intersect the x-axis at which point?
4.
4. So it's a relation between x and 4 only. Why I didn't mention y? Because the line did not intersect the y-axis ever. So the relation only represented by x equal 4.
equal 4.
You understand it?
اه
Okay. He asked me, draw the line y equal 2. So I have only to intersect y at the point
2.
2. So intersecting y at the point 2, it will be like this. You understand this part? And we can write y equal 2. Fine.
طيب.
Okay. Now, this is scale drawing of garden. Scale, it's 1 centimeter representing 2 meters. There's a circular pond in the garden. By measuring, find the diameter of the pond in real life. So the first I have to measure what? Measure the diameter. How I can measure the diameter? By using ruler, using your ruler and measure this line. Exactly. This is the diameter. Okay. And we will assume that the diameter here in the drawing, it will be like 3 centimeters. So what is the real life? So it will be in this form. 1, this is for drawing, and this is for real. 1 centimeter represented by 2 meters, but 3 centimeter represented by what? I will make crisscross. So it will be equal 6 meter. Okay, because 3 times 2 divided by 1 equals 6 meter in real life. So do you know now how we can measure the diameter bone in the real life?
مش أوي. سوري. 1 centimeter to 3. طب diameter diameter measured in
يعني
centimeters يعني.
الdiameter we can assume that the diameter لو احنا جبنا مثلا ruler وقسنا الديستانس اللي هو اللاين بيبقى passing through the center, okay, and touch the circle on 2 point. This is diameter. لو احنا قسناه بالرولر ولقيناه 3 فهحط ال 3 times 2 equal 6. خلاص؟
هو كاتب الدايمتر سكيل باي سنتيمتر في الدايجرام ده.
طبعا.
خلاص ماشي.
خلاص؟
خلاص.
فاحنا جبناه، هو قسناه هنا 3 سنتيمتر، فلما نيجي نحوله بنحوله لمتر. فبيقول لي the owner wanted to build a shade in the garden. The shade measures 3 meter by 4 meter. Okay? Draw the shade on the diagram.
ماشي بس هو الأرقام كانت زي الأول.
The owner want to build a shade in the garden. The shade measure 3 meter by 4 meter. Draw a shade on the diagram.
For 3 to 4.
طبعا 3 and 4 دي it's mean what? 3 meter, it's represented by, so I have to
4
divide it by 2.
by
So
3
it will be like 1.5 centimeter.
فهمتش ده.
1.5 سنتيمتر على الجراف، وده هيبقى 2 سنتيمتر على الجراف.
دي أنا ما فهمتهاش أوي.
مهم.
دي ما فهمتهاش أوي.
هو بيقول لي he need to build a shade in the garden. يعني جوه الجاردن دي، الجاردن الكبير دوت اللي هو الريكتانجل الكبير ده، احنا عايزين نبني شيد. شيد زي ليميت كده، او زي سياج كده، سور كده احنا بنبنيه جوه الجاردن.
نعم.
هو كل اللي عايزه ان هو يتاكد to make sure that you know how to convert from real measure to the drawing measure. تمام. So he give
أيوه.
you the real measure 3 meter by 4 meter. It's rectangle. As long as we have only 2 dimensions, so I represented rectangle, right?
ممكن تديلي إيه اللي هي 3 by 4 divided by 2 دي in form of an equation يعني.
Okay. لا مش form of equation. 3 meter انا عارف اصلا قبل كده ان ال 1 centimeter represented by 2 meter, right? يبقى 3 meter equal how many centimeter? Crisscross 3 times 1 divided by 2 equal 1.5. So this is represented by 1.5. So 4 meter will be 4 times 1 divided by 2 equal 2 centimeter. So I have to draw a rectangle with 2 and 1.5 by using what? By using set square and ruler. Okay? And draw anywhere as long as it inside the rectangle. Okay? Inside this rectangle, any space here. Now in number 8, Carlos swim 90 lenses of swimming pool. The swimming pool is 25 meter long. Work out the total distance Carlos swims.
ماشي.
We said that the one distance,
يعني
one distance or
90.
one length equal what? 25. And he repeated this length for 90 times. So it will be 90 multiplied by 25, right? So 90 multiplied by 25 equal what?
مش عارف. 2250.
2250. This is equal how many kilometer?
وهو من هتبقى divided by 100.
Divided by 1000.
1000.
So it will be 2.25 kilometer. Do you understand this part? Now Carlos either swim on his front or in his back. He swim lenses on his front and on his back in ratio of a 4:1. Okay? So front and back, 4:1. So the total of a swim is what? 5.
5.
Right? And the total lenses is what?
Total
90.
lenses.
90 lenses, right?
هو ده بيكمل سؤال.
Exactly, because this is part B. Work out the number of lenses Carlos swim on his front. So I will assume that the first one, I need to measure the value of one lens. So it will be 90.
ممكن تبقى 4 multiply 90 على طول.
It will be 4 multiplied by 90 divided by 5. Okay.
اشمعنى divided by 5?
Like this, cross product. Or you can assume what is the value of one part. So you will say like 90 over 5 first. It will be equal 18. Then 18 multiplied by 4 equals 72. So 72 times he swam in front.
ماشي.
Now here, this is the haven of graphs. He said that the graph show 4 straight line. We have 4 straight line here, drawing around all the equation of the 2 line that do not intersect each other. Which 2 line that not intersect each other?
دي عاملة زي شوارع مصر، أنا مش عارف أفهم إزاي. ممكن مثلا 2 و كانت المفروض أشاور إزاي y
Just
y
name the
equal
line.
0.5x و y equal 2x.
So you mean this line? This
لا
and this?
بينترسكت. لا بينترسكت.
Exactly. There's intersect here.
ده يعني نص الامتحان السؤال ده لوحده.
لا
هتبقى
خالص.
سوري اللي هي الواحدة اللي مش باينة فوق خالص دي.
Which equation?
الحتة
Tell me the name of the line.
y. ما مش شايف
Y
y
equal
equal
what?
5 minus x. y 5 minus x
Yes?
و x plus y.
X plus Y equal what? Equal 1. So this is 2 equation exactly. So the first one, this one, the second one, x plus y equal 1. This 2 equation. Do you understand it now? Because they are parallel line. This line
parallel
and this line, the both are parallel. Okay. Write down the solution, this simultaneous equation to this simultaneous equation. How I can write the solution for 2x plus 1 and half x minus 2. 2x plus 1 and half x minus 2. This one and this one.
2x.
Okay. The solution for any 2 equation, it has to be the intersection point that they both meet together. And as we can note that the both equation has intersected at this point. This point has a coordinate of what? -2 and -3. So the value of x will be
كده
-2, value of y will be
خدنا
-3.
كده خدنا الفيكتور أو الكوردينتس.
نعم.
احنا كده خدنا الفيكتور أو الكوردينتس.
ما هو بيقول لك ايه؟ هو السوليوشن عامة بتاع any 2 equation it has to be value of x and value of y. دايما السوليوشن بيبقى عبارة عن ايه؟ عن coordinate عشان تبقى فاهم.
ماشي.
خلاص؟ فأنا بدل ما أحسبها simultaneous equation، فاكر لما كنا خدناها بالelimination والsubstitution والكلام ده؟
صراحة وحشتني.
الصراحة ايه؟
وحشتني الأسئلة.
ما احنا بقى عشان ما هي وحشاك فاحنا مش هنديها لك، بس احنا قلنا بما اننا قدامنا الجراف فالحل موجود في الجراف. الحل ده هو عباره عن intersect point between these two line اللي هو بيريبريزنت النيجاتيف 2 والنيجاتيف 3. فاهم الفكره؟ يبقى السوليوشن هنا ان الفاليو في الاكس نيجاتيف 2 والفاليو اوف 3 والفاليو اوف الواي ايكوال نيجاتيف 3. Now for question
لو
number 10.
جبتها بالسبستيوشن يبقى ماشي خلاص.
تعال نجيبها بالسبستيتيوشن.
لا أنا عارف.
Substitution it will be in this form. 2x plus 1 right equal half x minus 2 right.
أنا بحب الإليمينيشن أكتر.
انت رخم جدا.
هي حلوة. هما الاتنين حلوين.
ايوه بس دي اسهل ليه؟ انا عندي الواي والواي، الواي سبجكت والواي سبجكت، يبقى خلاص انا خلصتها. فطبعا بودي الصغير الكبير half x it has to go there and then 1 it has to go there, so it will be 2x minus half x equal -2 minus 1 right. So 2x minus half x equal 1.5x. This is equal -3. divided by 1.5 divided by 1.5 for both sides, right? So x will equal what? What this?
Negative.
-2. As long as I figure out the value of x was -2, I will substitute for the first equation. So instead of 2x plus 1, it will be 2 multiply -2 plus 1. So -4 plus 1 equal -3. So the value of x -2, the value of y is -3. This is the intersection point between the two lines, as we said before here. -2 and the -3 here. -2 and the -3. Okay. Now this is a semicircular prism. Here are the intersections to calculate the area S of the curved surface of the prism. Write down the formula S in terms of A and B. Okay. And he said that if we need to calculate the surface of the prism, so I have to multiply A and B, then multiply by pi, then divided by 2. So he told me all the answer and how I can put all this rule in formula. So the first thing I have to multiply A and B. So it will be AB. Then multiply by pi. So it will be AB pi. Then divided all by 2. So this is the rule. You understand it?
No.
Okay. He said that here's the formula for the volume. Work out the volume of the prism A and B. So he asked me to substitute the value of A and B instead of this value. So I just will enter all this data into the calculator. So it will be pi. Pi, we know that this put in the calculator, or we can write 3.14 multiply by A, which represented 7.6, multiply by B, which represented 9.2, all power 2. This is all divided by 8.
So مش معنى 8 divide by 8.
نعم.
مش معنى divide by 8.
اهي.
ايوه مش هو يعني جايب الرقم ده منين؟
لا دي رول.
ايوه هو رول الفوليوم دايما divide by 8.
ده مش بريجلو دياجرام، ده الرول بتاعت السيمي سيركلر بريزم.
ماشي.
اوكي.
بحسب.
لا ما تحسبش، احسب بس دي. Okay, here is solving equation using trial and improvement method. The table shows some of his working. تمام. طبعا هنا التريل والimprovement method, it's about what? It's about assuming some number which lead me to the final answer 56 or closer. يعني as long as I'm going closer to the 56, so my value for x, it will be the closest number to the solution. So he said complete the final row of the table. So I will put 5.75 instead of x. Okay.
هو
So
ايه trial and improvement method دي؟
الترايل اند امبروفمنت ميثود دي طريقه من طرق ان انا بعمل سوليوشن للايكويجن، وبتبقى ايكويجن موجوده في وان فاريبل. تمام. بفضل اعمل اسيومينج للفاليو بتاعت الاكس يا محمود. يعني اجرب، يعني مثلا قلت لك اكس مثلا بلس ال 5 ايكوال 10، فبتفضل تقول يا ترى الاكس ب 4 يا ترى الاكس ب 3. بس طبعا في الارقام دي الاكس بتبقى انتجر، لكن هو بيجيب لك ايكويجن الاكس فيها بتكون ديسيمال، فانت مش بتعرف ايه اقرب رقم صح للاكس، فبتفضل تاسيوم نمبرز. فاكس مره قلنا 5، فلما عملنا سبستيتيوشن شلنا الاكس وحطينا 5، يعني تبقى 5 باور 2 بلس 4 تايمز 5 لقيناها ايكوال 45. طبعا 45 اتس تو فار فروم 56، فبنجرب ال 6 لقيناها ايكوال 60، برضه تو فار فروم 56 بس دي تو بيج. يبقى انا كده عرفت ان السوليوشن مين؟ ما بين ال 5 وال 6 صح؟ فببدا اقول 5.1 5.2 5.3 لغايه ما الاقي ان انا ال 5.6 اداني نمبر قريب جدا من ال 56 صح؟ ال 5.7 نفس الحكايه، كل شويه بقرب من ال 56 صح؟ each time
طب
I'm going closer.
عندي سؤال غتت شوية. لو
قول.
مثلا 56 دي كانت 56.3 مثلا يعني، أو 32 أو 1 حاجة زي كده بوينت.
كانت 56 ايه؟
لو 56 هتبقى بوينت
لا، هو المفروض معظم الاحيان
56.3.
بيدوك النمبر هنا نمبر انتجر، بس السوليوشن هو اللي ديسيمال.
اه
فاهم؟
فاهم.
الحمد لله. Till we reach that the number is lying between 5.7 and 5.8. تمام؟ عشان بنلاقي في ال
تمام
5.8 رقم عالي عن ال 56، وال 5.7 كان آخر رقم قريب من ال 56 بس إيه from small. فبنبدأ نجرب الأرقام اللي بعد كده، ليه 5.71 5.72 5.73 لغاية 5.8 برضه. فهو هنا جايب لك أبسط أنواع الإمبروفمنت ميثود، إن أنا 5.71. فإحنا هنجيب الكالكليتر. تمام، خلينا نعمل شير ونقول الهول سكرين، وهنجيب
آه
الكالكليتر هنا.
ماشي.
ادي الكالكليتر معاك، شايف الكالكليتر؟
آه
فانت هتشيل الاكس وهتقول 5.75، فنفتح براكت
7 5
5.75، نقفل براكت باور 2. تمام، plus 4x, so it will be 4 multiply 5.75.
اه
This is equal all fraction converted into decimal, so it will be the final answer 56.0625. So
يعني لسه لا،
50. نعم.
يعني مش دي الإجابة برضه بعد كل ده؟
هتبقى هي اللي يعني considered as answer بقى، انت كده كده عملت complete يعني. تمام، فهو بيقول لي write down the solution for the equation corrected to one decimal place. قال لي one decimal place، يبقى انا هعمل، شايف النمبر ده، هعمل كده واقول ده يديله 1، فهيبقى 56.1. دي المين؟ دي الفاليو، اقرب
مم.
فاليو صح؟
اه
دي اقرب فاليو، بس انا مش عايز الفاليو دي، لا ده انا عايز النمبر التاني اللي هو اللي انا عملت له سبستيتيوشن، اللي هو ده. مش دي الفاليو بتاعت الاكس؟ يبقى الفاليو بتاعت الاكس بدل ما هي 5.75 هعملها 1 ديسمال بليس، فهتبقى 5.8. هي دي السوليوشن، هو ده الانسر. فهمت الفكره؟
ايه ده؟
هو ده الانسر. تمام، ده for the
wrote
first
down
part.
the solution.
ايوه.
solution.
دلوقتي يعني we
اه هو
will
مش قال solve، هو قال ما قالش solve، هو قال write down the solution على طول.
بالظبط. يعني اقفل دلوقتي ونفتح تاني. اوكي.
اوكي.